I have stumbled upon a rabbit hole of some extremely weird Microsoft operating systems that most people have never heard of. And the first one is called Windows 10 X. This version of Windows I have briefly looked at before on this channel, but it was essentially just a Windows 10 edition designed for dual screen devices like the Surface Duo. It looks a lot like what Windows 11 eventually became, and this is because Windows 10 X was discontinued back in 2021 to shift focus to more traditional desktop operating systems. And many features and design elements introduced in 10X were later reused in Windows 11. Is this the right region, United States? Yes. Please review the license agreement, and it's like a HTTP page. Right off the bat, this operating system looks a lot like Windows 11. We can see that we have a taskbar and all of the buttons are in the middle. Actually, there are only two buttons. So this one is the start menu. I think it's full screen because we might be on like a weird resolution. Or maybe it's supposed to be that way because this is on like a touchscreen device. But the start menu does really look like the Windows 11 one. Okay, wait. It has synced all of my OneDrive files. Wasn't expecting that to work. What is this button? Okay, this is task view. Okay. And what about this one? This is quick settings. What is this? Lock your screen. Settings. And it's like a full screen application. I can't exactly get it to be smaller. Which I guess it makes sense since this is supposed to be a touchscreen device operating system. This looks pretty much identical to the Windows 10 settings. This is a full screen file explorer. And it looks so weird. File Explorer UI, OneDrive device. Wait, what about Microsoft Edge? I'm pretty sure this one still works and everything needs to be installed. That one doesn't work. What about calculator? Mobile plans. Get online with cellular data. Okay. Let's find out. Wait, did my system just crash? Wait, I think let's restart it actually. Sign in. Microsoft account, okay. I thought I was just gonna have to use my PIN, but for some reason it's asking me to log in. And now I can do a right click and change the background. So there's this background, which looks pretty cool. And there's this one, which also looks pretty interesting. Okay, taskbar size medium, large, and now it's bigger. Let's try to launch some programs once more. Oh, and this looks so cool. This is the calculator, I guess it looks the same as the Windows 10 one. Alarms and clock needs an update, okay. My system might have just crashed or frozen or something, but Windows 10 X is pretty cool. The next operating system is called Microsoft PixelSense, even though the logo says Surface. This was an operating system specifically designed for an interactive touchscreen coffee table that came at a price point of $10,000. Holy Christ. There was the Microsoft Surface table with the first version of PixelSense, and then there also came the Samsung SR40 with PixelSense 2.0, which is actually the version we are checking out today. What happened to PixelSense and why doesn't it exist anymore? Well, it was pretty much replaced by the Microsoft Surface Hub, the interactive whiteboard. So here we are on Windows 7, I actually have installed all the drivers and everything, and the first thing that I want to check out is Surface mode. This is the actual shell how the operating system is supposed to look like. We can open it like this so that we still have access to our Windows 7 taskbar, and we can actually enter a different mode where we just have this shell. I think let's keep it like this. So since this operating system was designed for a touchscreen coffee table, you're supposed to use your fingers to drag around. But basically, yeah, you can see that if you drag your finger, it's gonna drag across the screen, kind of like a regular touchscreen tablet or something. In order to get some kind of app selection, we just press on this button right here, I guess, or symbol. What I do like is that there's also a bunch of sound effects. Microsoft Surface. PixelSense is kind of like a predecessor to Microsoft Surface. And when I installed this operating system, it actually didn't come with any applications. I had to install all of these ones manually. Out of the box, it only had Bing. But who wants Bing? So I kinda installed everything else as well. But these are the default applications that this operating system is supposed to come with. And I can actually see that we have a button in this corner and another one in this one. Let's click on it. Oh, I'm supposed to swipe it like this. Oh, okay, and it just brings me back to this screen. And let's go back. It reminds me of the PlayStation 3. How do you navigate around this menu? Okay, so it's like a regular tablet, pretty much. You just swipe around. Let's check out some programs. What is this Kia Sportage? I think it's like some sort of an advertisement. Showcase of the Sportage model. Okay, let's check that one out. What's up with that one? I'm actually having trouble opening these applications. What if I... Okay, let's open them from here. Air hockey. So this was one program that was on the PixelSense. Okay, so I could not get air hockey running and a lot of other applications, but I got Bing running. What a dream. Bing. you can use Bing. And on this one, I can see that I can just toss this thing around and there's a bunch of rocks in the background for some reason. Bing, does it work? Google. And there's just a bunch of sound effects everywhere, and that's kind of cool, actually. Oh, okay, so the search appears right next to this one, okay. Touchstones, what is that? And this is apparently a game of sorts. Let's see, what do you do here? Oh, so I move it around, and then I click on it, and it's gonna shoot. Oh, I can click on this one as well. What else can we check out? Bing AM Interactive Kia Sportage configuration. And it's a Kia Sportage. Everlasting impression, all new Sportage. Oh, and I can see some sort of gallery. We can pick a car. And then I want to check out Magic Lens PixelSense Preview. What is this? That's such an interesting name. And what is this? Digestive, cardiovascular, nervous, skeletal. Also, I'm supposed to interact with him somehow. Cut him open, maybe. Doesn't seem like this program does much. Next operating system I found is called Windows XP Media Center Edition. This version of Windows XP was the first version of Windows that came with Windows Media Center. This was years before Windows Media Center became an application built into every following Windows version. At the first glance, it might look just like regular Windows XP. Actually, you know what? It looks almost nothing like regular Windows XP because this one has a very unique theme, and this theme looks amazing. It's called Energy Blue, and we can actually just toggle Windows XP if we really wanted to. And this is the first feature that caught my eye. That this is not something you will see on Windows XP, the Energy Blue theme. And what is Aquarium? This one, okay, this is such a cool wallpaper, actually. Aquarium. And what about Da Vinci? Apply. And my cursor changed once more. This is the olive green theme, but the wallpaper is different. And all of the icons are different as well. That's so cool. And what about nature? What is this one? And my cursor is a leaf. And what about space? This one sounds super cool. The wallpaper is a bit too bright for me, but it was still pretty cool. I think let's stick to Energy Blue. But let's check out what's the deal with this one. Start menu, and I can see that we have Windows Media Center. Watch and record TV, play DVDs, listen to music, and yeah, okay. Let's open it up. Your video card and drivers are not compatible with Media Center. Okay, but it still works. It will take 5 to 10 minutes to complete the wizard. Okay, next. 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 Improve Media Center. No, thank you. Next. That was not 5 to 10 minutes, but I guess I didn't go through the whole setup. My videos. I don't have any videos. Okay. What about my pictures? At the Arch. This really brings me back. And let's play. Oh, okay, and it's like a slideshow. Not like a slideshow, but like a slow movie or something. Okay, and I just crashed it. So that's the Media Center, but there was also a bunch of more extra programs. Windows Digital Media Enhancements, Windows Audio Converter, CD Label Maker, Dancer, Windows Party Mode, okay. Party Mode is a full screen skin for Windows Media Player, okay. Start Party. Oh, and it opens up Windows Media Center. Oh, I don't have music. Sad. This sounds like a really fun feature. Okay, Windows Party Mode. Is the party over? Yes, no, yes. This is so early 2000s. Okay, let's check out the other ones. What is Windows Dancer? What is the... And I can see that we have an icon right here. Oh, who is that? Why is he dancing? Meet the dancer. Dance only when music play. I don't have music. Start dancing. We have only one dancer, and that is Amanda. Oh, and I can even customize this dancer, how invisible he is. She. Detect sound on download more dancers. This is super cool. Look at her go. She's got moves. Media Center programs. Entertainment, sound recorder, and volume control. And then one more thing I want to check out is my computer. I want to see what does it say here. We are running Windows XP Media Center Edition version 2002. I guess this is not the year, this is like the version number. Everything else seems to be mostly the same as Windows XP. If you enjoyed this video, then you might possibly also like this one next. And I'll possibly see you there.